darlings.
Hi everyone. After a wonderful Thanksgiving break, we've come back to school again for papers and homework and more stuff.
Apparently, a 3-day break was long enough for some people to forget how to use their education wisely.
I assume you're talking about me.
Dan, what did we talk about today?
We talked about grammar, Ray. We talked about grammar so much so that I ended up with a black eye. Okay, granted, she didn't actually mean to give me a black eye, but it's just got a little bit heated during our discussion of my English paper.
He said, for all intensive purposes.
What is so wrong with that? I don't understand.
It's all intents and purposes. 2 things.
To make up for being so grouchy, Ray did make me the best iced espresso I've ever had in my entire life.
Espresso?
Yeah.
It's,
I'm not a big coffee drinker.
espresso.
Espresso?
Yeah, there's no X in espresso. It's like, super fast coffee! Espresso!
Coffee, coffee, coffee! Ah! Sorry.
Dan, learning grammar is really for your benefit.
I mean, how am I... Okay, so I'm not planning on being a writer. Why am I going to need it?
I mean, if you want to, say, pretend to be a secret admirer of somebody that's not present in this nap
Wait,
corner...
are you talking about us? That's not a secret anymore, I don't think.
Dan,
some people figured out that we were dating. Oh.
No, if you wanted to, like, write... Just... It's hypothetical, okay?
Okay.
It would be really hard to disguise your letters because the grammar's just so bad. It's so bad that you're just like you open up. No.
Oh, ow.
You mean my homework that you've been...
Oh, yes, that's what I meant. I meant yes, that's right.
Right. So those...
So we are keeping this a secret?
Shh. Dan, you are now repeating your senior year of college for how many times after that failed history class? And the fact that you can't pass English 102?
I didn't fail a history class yet. I'm just afraid that I'm going to fail it this time. And possibly the English class, too.
Again.
So, I've only failed the English class once. I had to take it last semester, so I'm going to try to do it again this semester. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and if you don't do well on your papers...
Dog eats dog?
That's what I meant. Anyway, you could get eaten by a dog, or a badger, or some other animal out there if you don't write your papers right.
Make sure you wear your badger-proof clothes.
Yes!
Dun 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 dun! Honey badger!
So this is like, you know, developing your writing skills so that you can use them in other classes. You don't have to be an English major. You don't have to read the dictionary for fun, like me. You know, it's just words, Latin origins.
Okay.
Well,
should I tell you what my paper's about first?
No. Okay, fine.
I was writing a story about these 2 people named Harold and Abigail who...
Strong names, good. Had an Uncle Harold. They
basically meet each other playing tennis, and they're both scared at the beginning because they have never played tennis before. Okay. Sorry. I started out my paper, Harold and Abigail had never played tennis. They were like 2 kids who had never played tennis before.
That's your first sentence? First 2 sentences?
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good simile.
So, Harold and Abigail had never played tennis, which made them like kids.
They were like 2 kids who had also never played tennis before.
But that's not a simile, that's the same thing.
Harold and Abigail had never played tennis. They were like 2 badgers who had also never played tennis.
Do badgers normally play tennis?
Well, no, but see, that's the point of the simile. Like, they don't play tennis. So, like, Harold and Abigail had just as much of a chance of playing tennis as 2 badgers.
What?
Well, I mean, irregardless, I don't think that it's important.
Regardless.
What animal I choose to put in the sentence.
Maybe you can find a better place to put the simile. It's not good to start out your very first sentence.
So what if I rearrange it and I say, Harold had never met Abigail. He was like a badger who had never met a female badger.
Why don't we just put the badgers aside? I don't think that they will really enhance the paper.
The part that I was really proud about was where I wrote about them meeting each other and the first time they fall in love, and there was I wrote
they fall in love.
Yeah,
like badgers who fall in love.
Yeah, actually, kind of like that. I was thinking more going with like a flamingo metaphor though, because they're like pretty, and sometimes they do this with their necks. And as Harold was headed for their meeting, he was confused. His thoughts tumbled in his head like underpants in a tumble dryer.
I don't think you need to mention Harold's undergarments either. With the falling in love, it makes people's minds wander to unchaste places.
Oh. Okay, well I'll have to fix that. I'll cross that out and fix it later. But as they stand in the rain kissing, I said,
"Oh."
Her hair glistened in the rain like nose hair after a sneeze.
Ugh.
The rain drops leapt beautifully from the pavement like maggots when you fry them in hot grease.
Okay, Dan, let's talk about these. Okay. Something else important in papers is mood or tone. It sounds to me like this is a love story.
It is.
So you want the tone to be romantic and full of young passion and not maggots or snot.
Well, but I don't think that maggots especially kill the mood.
Say it with me. Especially. Especially. No X. Just like Expresso.
Especially. Someone out there, please help me. I need to escape from this situation.
Escape. Escape. No escape.
What is it with you and X's? Are you trying to take them out of the English language? They put them there for a reason.
I don't especially like X's.
I know who's not going to be my next candidate for helping me with English.
Candidate? And do you possibly mean Colonel Chuck?
Colonel Chuck? Is he in the cavalry?
Like where Jesus died?
No, of course not. I mean like the cavalry, like riding in the cavalry on horses.
Cavalry?
And stuff. Oh, that. Yes, I knew that.
I love Colonel Chuck, but Colonel is my least favorite word. Do you know why? Because there's not an R in it.
You don't say.
So Dan, since your homophones were pretty terrible, I actually wrote you a song that could help you out.
Yeah?
Stephanie? Oh, I want to reads, but reads don't read. And once you read, you've read hair on your head.
Yes?
You love me, and I would love you to wash my car. Just kidding. I love you. It's my favorite letter.
Wait, I thought you meant...
Let's go see the British Isle. Get us a plumber, 2 or 3 to eat. Not like a cannibal though.
Thank goodness.
I wish he'd heed my words. The tide tied the kelp up tight. The sad cakes, tears, teared. Swiss is holy, holy. We heard the herd from miles and miles away. Does the praying mantis pray or pray? I went forth, he stole Frank's rank. Maze of maze. He is a liquor
just gross.
And I take my stake on a stake. And if the bubbles blew, you'd be blue and full of woe. Whoa.
I'm sure I'll be getting plenty more help with these things, with my grammar blunders on
You will.
my next couple of study dates. Yes.
Study sessions.
Oh,
Sesh-
yeah, I mean
studying-
sessions, that's right.
Grammar. We're studying grammar.
Hey, Ray, I wrote you
and
a
he-
metaphor.
I'm so scared. Go for it. I mean, what?
Your eyes are like two bluish grayish circles, black dots in the middle.
You're getting so much better at this, Dan.
Thanks. So next time I write you a love letter,
Dan, that would be
I
inappropriate.
mean, next time I...
So, good luck on all your papers, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
That hat looks gross on you. Hey, Dan.
Yes, dear.
Want to hear my favorite joke that has to do with grammar?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom?
I have no idea.
Because the P is silent.